So guys, this is a third video in Shopify Admin API tutorial series. In the earlier videos, we have seen how to get API keys from Shopify, and we have also seen how we can fetch a list of products from Shopify by using a Shopify Admin API in Node.js application. And we wrote this simple function that is making a call to Shopify Admin API and fetching a list of products. So in this video, we are going to go further into how to fetch products from Shopify. So this function was basically fetching all the products from Shopify, which is basically the entire list of products. So in this video, we are going to look at how I can fetch a single product by using its product ID. So for example, if I open this product, so basically what I want to do is I want to fetch this single product. I don't want the entire list of products, but I want to fetch this particular product from Shopify. And this is something we are going to do in this video. So for that, let's go to Shopify Admin API documentation. In the browser, I just search for Shopify Admin API, and this will take me to the REST Admin API documentation. So here in this documentation, we are going to be looking at fetching products from Shopify. So I'm just going to scroll down and focus on product API. So that's the API we are going to use. So if I expand this window a little bit, so in the previous video, we were using this get endpoint to get a list of products from Shopify. And in this video, we are going to fetch one single product by using its product ID. So I'm just going to be calling another get endpoint, that is retrieve a single product. So if I click on that, this will take me to the documentation of how to retrieve a single product from Shopify by using its product ID. So basically by using this documentation, we are going to be writing another function in our Node.js application. And this function is going to be fetch single product. So I'm just going to name this function as a fetch single product and create this function here. So here in the terminal, I'm just going to start my application. So here you can see that this application is still able to fetch all the products by using the function that we have wrote previously. So I'm just going to comment this function here for now, and we are going to be writing another function which should be able to fetch a single product from Shopify by using its product ID. So let's start working on this fetch single product function. So in the previous function, we were making a call to this URL, which is basically your Shopify domain /admin/API/products.json. To fetch a single product from Shopify, we are going to be making a call to a URL that looks very similar to this, but it's going to have some minor changes. So I'm just going to copy that URL from there. So here in this URL, we just have to pass a product ID to be able to fetch a single product by using its product ID. So if we go back to Shopify API documentation, so here in this documentation, we can see that they are passing the product ID after products. So here they have passed the product ID by writing /product_id.json. So we are going to do a very similar thing. So here in the URL, I'm just going to pass my product ID here. That is going to be product ID. As of now, we don't know what the product ID is. So I'm just mentioning product ID here. So here, let's define a product ID variable. So let's say that my product ID is 123. We are going to fix this when we know what ID we need to pass. For now, I'm just going to say that my product ID is 123. And here in the URL, let's make the product ID dynamic. I'm just going to change the quotes around my URL. And here, I'm just going to make my product ID as a dynamic variable here. So basically, we are going to be calling this URL to be able to fetch a product by its product ID. So once we have defined the URL, let's make an API call. So we are just going to get a response by fetching this URL. And this is a get endpoint. So we are going to pass method as get. And in the headers, we just have to pass Shopify API token, which is going to be similar to this. So I'm just going to copy this chunk of code and put it here. So basically, we are making a get request to this URL, and we are passing the Shopify access token here. So once we have a response from Shopify, we are going to say let data is equal to await response.json. We are going to make this function as a async function. And here we are going to await the response from our fetch request. So once we have a response from Shopify, I'm just going to console log the data here. So let's try and call this function here at the bottom. So in place of calling fetch Shopify products, this time I'm just going to call a function fetch single product. So if I make a call to this function, let's see what details we are getting from Shopify. So here in the console, we can see that we are getting a data back from Shopify, and it says errors not found. So basically, Shopify is not able to find this product ID on the store. So we are going to fix this product ID and we are going to pass a ID of a real product on Shopify. So let's go back to our Shopify store here. So here in the Shopify store, I have this product open here. So now the thing is, how can I find the product ID of this product? So we got a list of many products here. If I want to find a product ID of any particular product, I just have to go to that product. Once I open it, I'll be able to find the product ID here in the URL after products. So this number is basically the product ID. So I'm just going to copy that and go back to my application and replace my product ID here. So now if I save this, I should be able to fetch a data of that particular product. So now you can see that I'm getting a data related to that product here in the console. So guys, that's how we can fetch a single product from Shopify by using its product ID. If you have any queries on that, leave me in the comments. And if you found a value in this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. In the next video, we are going to see how we can create a product in Shopify by using Shopify Admin API. I'll see you in the next video.